In a faraway galaxy, hidden from human eyes, there was a powerful alien empire called the Xerexian Empire. Their technology was advanced, their armies were strong, and their ruler, King Varkan, was feared across many worlds. But King Varkan had a problem. His daughter, Princess Alira, had been missing for over 1 year. She had vanished during a diplomatic trip. The royal guards searched every known planet, but there was no sign of her. The king was furious. He believed someone had kidnapped her. He ordered his fleet to search every galaxy. "Find my daughter," he shouted, "or bring me the heads of those hiding her." But the truth was something he could never imagine. Meanwhile, on Earth, far away from the Xerexian Empire, on a quiet planet called Earth, a woman named Alira lived in a small apartment in New York City. She had long silver hair, glowing eyes, and a soft voice. But she wore a special device on her wrist. It made her look completely human. Alira worked as a researcher in a science lab. Her partner, Dr. Adam Gray, was a young and brilliant human scientist. He didn't know that Alira was an alien princess. He only knew her as a kind, intelligent woman from another country. They had fallen in love, and now they had a child, a baby boy, small, healthy, and quiet. But this was no ordinary child. His skin sometimes glowed at night. His eyes changed colors. He was half human, half Xerexian. The first of his kind, Alira, loved him more than anything. She held him close every night and whispered alien songs to help him sleep. Adam loved him too, even though he noticed the baby was different. He didn't ask too many questions. He trusted Alira, but something strange happened the night the baby was born. The signal on that night, a strange energy pulse spread through the sky. Satellites picked up unknown signals. Scientists thought it was some kind of solar wave. But on the other side of the galaxy, someone else received it too. The signal reached the Xerexian Empire. In the royal control room, machines started beeping. A commander ran to the king. "Your Majesty," he said, "we found something. A high-energy pulse from an unknown planet. And it carries Xerexian DNA." The king stood up from his throne. "What do you mean, Xerexian DNA? The signal shows your bloodline, but mixed with human genes." King Varkan's eyes turned red with anger. "My daughter." He realized the truth. She wasn't kidnapped. She had run away. And now she had broken the law, the oldest law in the empire. Never mix blood with humans. To him, humans were dirty, weak, and primitive. For his daughter to give birth to a human child, it was a betrayal of the highest order. "Send the warships," he growled. "Bring my daughter back. Kill the human, and bring the child alive." Alira's fear back on Earth. Alira woke up in the middle of the night. Her skin felt cold. Her eyes glowed. She felt something in the air. A change. She checked the baby. He was still sleeping. Adam walked into the room. "What's wrong?" She looked at him. "They know." "Who knows? My people. The Xerexians, they found us." Adam was confused. "What do you mean? How?" "The baby. His birth sent a signal. My father, he will come for us now." Adam stepped back. "Wait, your father? You mean?" "Yes. He's the king. I am Princess Alira of the Xerexian Empire." Adam's face went pale. He sat down. "You're an alien." "And our baby," Alira nodded. "He is the first of his kind. And they will never accept him." Suddenly, a loud boom shook the building. Lights flickered. The baby woke up and started crying, but his eyes were glowing bright blue. They ran to the window. In the sky, a strange shadow passed over the moon. The Xerexians had arrived. Space is silent. But sometimes, silence hides the sound of war. Far beyond the stars, in the heart of the Xerexian Empire, the royal palace stood like a mountain of metal and light. Inside the throne of command, King Varkan stared at the giant screen in front. Of him, a picture of Earth spun slowly in space. She betrayed us, he whispered. He was not shouting now. He didn't need to. His voice was calm, too calm. And that was dangerous. Everyone in the room stood still, holding their breath. The king raised one hand. His black armor shimmered. His golden eyes glowed with hate. She broke the sacred law. She chose to sleep with a human. And now, he pointed at the spinning blue planet. Now she has given birth to a creature that does not belong to either world. No one dared speak. Then the king gave the order, send the black flame. Fleet, I want Earth burning by dawn. Bring my daughter back. Kill the man. And the child, he paused. His face hardened. Bring it to me, alive. I want to look into its eyes before I decide what it becomes. Meanwhile, in Earth's orbit, a secret satellite station noticed something strange, a sudden shift in gravity on the edge of the solar system. Something large was entering the system. Too large, too fast. Commander Lin, a space defense officer, stared at the radar. Is this a glitch? She asked. No, ma'am, a technician said. Something's coming. And it's not from any country. We know. A few seconds later, they lost signal. Completely on the ground. The calm before the storm. Alira held her baby close as she and Adam hid inside an abandoned train station deep under the city. The baby's eyes now glowed constantly, shifting between blue and violet. Are they coming tonight? Adam asked. She didn't answer right away. Then softly she said, they don't wait. My father believes in fast war. No warning, no mercy. Adam swallowed hard. We can't run forever. We won't, she said, touching the baby's tiny fingers. But we must survive tonight. Suddenly, a strange wind blew through the tunnels. The baby stopped crying. He looked up, as if he felt something. Alira stood up. They're here. In the sky, the first strike above the earth. Clouds twisted unnaturally. Light cracked through the sky like broken glass. A huge black ship, shaped like a dagger, came through the clouds without sound. Then, a flash of red light. One of Earth's communication satellites exploded. Without warning. All over the planet, screens went dark. Phones stopped working. Power grids crashed. People looked up at the sky and saw nothing. But the silence wasn't peace. It was the breath before a scream. Back in the Xerexian Palace, General Xarn, the king's most trusted warrior, stood beside the throne. We've disabled their satellites, my king. Earth cannot see what's coming. King Varkan nodded. Good. Attack their cities. But do not destroy them completely. I want them to feel what is happening. Let the humans know this is only the beginning. Xarn grinned. And the girl? The king stared at the screen. A new image appeared. Alira, holding the child. My daughter no longer belongs to me, but my blood flows in that child. If it survives, it may carry the curse of peace. His face turned to stone. That I cannot allow. On Earth, a new Resolve. Lyra and Adam emerged from the tunnel just before sunrise. Smoke was rising from downtown. The internet was gone. The news channels were silent, but people were gathering. Not to panic. To prepare. Soldiers were moving. Scientists were calling for old radio tech. Engineers were fixing broken signals. For the first time in decades, the nations of Earth began talking, not as enemies, but as humans. Adam turned to Alira. If this is war, we'll fight it. Not just for Earth, for him. They looked at the baby, who was now smiling at the rising sun. Alira whispered, they think humans are weak, but they've never seen what you can do when someone you love is in danger. War doesn't knock on the door. It crashes through the sky. For the past 48 hours, Earth had been in silence. No signals. No satellites. No clue what was watching from above. But something was coming. Something massive. And this morning, the sky opened. The sky breaks at 6:13 a.m. over the Pacific Ocean. Radar picked up a strange object entering Earth's upper atmosphere. No engine trails. No heat signature. Just a shadow falling fast. Then silence. Then ... A boom. A shockwave. Hit the coast. Windows shattered in 6 cities. Birds flew wildly in every direction. Airplanes were grounded. Power grids blinked again. People screamed. Phones buzzed. And above Tokyo, the world saw it for the first time. A Xerexian hunter drone. Sleek, silent, floating above the clouds. Its metal skin shimmered like liquid. A red light glowed at its core. And then, without warning, it fired. One pulse. One building. Gone. Disintegrated. Earth reacts in a hidden military bunker. Commander Ryan paced back and forth. A former fighter pilot and now head of Earth's last resort team. He wasn't the kind of man who got scared easily, but this was something else. Is it alien tech for sure? He asked. A nervous young scientist replied, "Sir, it's not just alien. It's centuries ahead of anything we've ever seen." Ryan looked at the live feed. The drone hovered in place. Watching, waiting. Then it's time we show it what humans do when we're pushed. First strike. A team of Earth's best fighter pilots launched from a secret base in Alaska. Their planes had been upgraded with stolen alien energy from past UFO crash sites. Experimental tech. Unstable. Dangerous. Pilot calcined Falcon 1, a woman named LT Kura Singh, locked onto the alien drone. "I've got eyes on. It's not moving. Is it scanning us?" Before command could reply, the drone turned and fired. 2 jets exploded midair. No flames, just light and silence. Kara screamed, dodging the beam. "It's too fast. It's reading our moves before we make them." But just as she pulled away, something strange happened. The drone paused. It shook. And then it crashed. Straight into the ocean. Alira's son interfered far away. In a safe house deep in the mountains, the hybrid child sat in silence. His eyes were glowing white. Not blue, not violet. Pure white. Alira panicked. "Adam! Something's wrong with him." But Adam looked closer. "No, he's not in pain. He's connected." The child raised one finger, and a glowing pattern appeared in the air, like a floating circuit board. Adam stared. Controlling the alien drone? Suddenly, the baby blinked. And the signal was gone. Humanity's first win news spread fast. One of the alien machines had been taken down. No one knew how. But something had changed. For the first time, people believed the aliens could be hurt, could be beaten. Commander Ryan watched the drone crash footage again and again. "We didn't do this," he said. "Something else did." He stared at the location of the baby on a hidden map. "Whatever that kid is, he's not just their target. He might be our only weapon." Back in space, the King's rage on the Xerexian flagship. General Zarn watched the footage. "Our drone is down." And it was not shot. Something disabled it from the inside. The King stood up slowly. "The child. It's already showing power." Zarn looked worried. "We underestimated the human bloodline. It's stronger than we thought." Varkin growled. "No, it's not human strength. It's rebellion. My daughter's blood is making it unstable." The King's eyes turned black. "Send the destroyers. No more warnings. If Earth won't surrender, we erase it." The warning later that night, across every phone screen, TV, and smart device that came back online, a message appeared. No voice, just glowing alien letters, and a translated line. "Earth has 72 hours. Surrender the child, or face extinction." People stared in silence. Alira held her baby close. "He will never get you," she whispered. Adam checked the old comm system. "We need help. We need someone who knows how to fight back." She nodded. "Then we call the one person who hates the King more than I do. Asterisk, they wanted a war. They thought humans would break. But they forgot one thing. Humans adapt. The world unites. It had been 24 hours since the alien message appeared on every screen. Surrender the child in 72 hours. Or face extinction. Panic had spread. Cities were in chaos. People didn't know what to believe. Some wanted to give up. Some wanted to run. But not all. In a hidden base under the mountains of Iceland, leaders from every nation sat around one table. Soldiers, scientists, presidents, generals. For the first time in human history, they were not talking about power or politics. They were talking about survival. Commander Ryan stood up and said one line: "We are not surrendering the child. We are fighting for him." Silence. Then applause. Then plans. The power of the hybrid. In a small chamber deep underground, Alira's son sat calmly, glowing slightly in the dark. Around him, machines began to hum, even though no one had touched them. He was speaking to the tech. Without words. "He's connecting to systems," said Dr. Mia-chan, the top AI researcher. "He doesn't need a keyboard. He feels the code." Adam stood nearby, stunned. "He's not just half alien, he's something new. He can bridge both worlds." The boy reached out and touched a broken Xerexian device. It sparked to life. Blueprints appeared in the air. "Wait," Mia whispered. "He's showing us how to build a weapon." Alira stared. "No, not a weapon. A defense. He wants us to protect, not destroy." Project Echofire begins with the child's help. Earth's top engineers built a powerful system using alien parts and human creativity. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't perfect. But it was smart. They called it Project Echofire, a defense shield that could hide Earth's most important zones and reflect Xerexian energy back at them. "We have 48 hours left," Ryan said. "Let's give them hell." The Battle of Kara. Xerexian destroyers entered Earth's orbit. Their first target, Cairo, the heart of old civilization. Thousands of humans were still inside. The aliens didn't care. They fired, but this time, something different happened. The beam hit the ground and bounced back. It struck the alien ship's wing, causing it to spin out of control. People on the ground watched as the ship crashed into the desert. Cheers erupted. Across the world, the footage spread like wildfire. A child had helped build a shield. And now that shield had drawn first blood. Alira's choice in the safe zone. Alira stood looking at the stars. Her past was up there, cold, strict, full of war. Behind her, Adam held their son. The future. She turned to him. "If we want to end this, I need to face him." "Your father?" Adam asked. She nodded. "Yes, he will never stop until he sees me." Adam sighed. "Then we go together." Back on the Xerexian ship, General Zarn walked into the throne room. His face was tense. "Earth has turned one of our weapons against us," he said. "And there is more. The child. It's evolving." King Varkan stood silently, his fists clenched. "They want to fight? Then we give them fire. Shall we?" "Destroy a city? No," said the king coldly. "Destroy their hope. Find the child, kill the parents. Let Earth watch." The message from Earth at that moment. Earth sent back a message to the Xerexian flagship. It wasn't long. Just a video of the child smiling. And the word, try. Every war has enemies. But the worst ones don't come from space. They come from inside. Earth. 2 days until extinction deadline. Commander Ryan stood in the war room, eyes fixed on the countdown. 47 hours remaining. Since Project Echofire's success, the world had started to believe again. Small victories, new shields, secret bases popping up underground. Earth was adapting fast, but Ryan felt something was off. Too many systems were glitching. Too many secret locations were being exposed. And worst of all, Xerexian ships were targeting hidden labs without ever scanning. As if someone was telling them exactly where to strike. Suspicion brews in a secure zone in Norway. Adam, Alira, and their hybrid son stayed under constant guard. The boy was quiet now, but more aware, more alert. His eyes were calm, but intense, as if he could see things others, COULDN, single quotes, 2.0ir, turned to Adam one evening and whispered, "Something feels wrong. The air, the energy. Someone's lying." Adam nodded. "We're being watched, not by the aliens, by someone close." Just then, a coded message arrived from Mira Voss, a hacker working for the Earth Defense Council. The message was short. "We have a mole." At the top. The sabotage hours later. Chaos erupted in the Icelandic command base. One of the power cores, built using Xerexian tech, exploded during testing. 3 engineers were killed. The rest were evacuated. Footage showed no malfunction. No system error. Someone had turned off the safety lock. On purpose. Commander Ryan slammed his fist on the table. "We have a traitor. And if we don't find them in 24 hours, Earth dies." Alira's vision that night. Alira had a dream, or something deeper. She stood on a battlefield. Flames, smoke, dead soldiers. And in the distance, her father, the king, holding her son. He looked at her with cold eyes and said, "The humans will betray you before I do." She woke up shaking. "Adam, we can't trust everyone here." Revelation. The spy Mira Voss, using deep trace code, uncovered a secret signal. It was being sent every 6 hours from Earth to space. Encrypted. Alien. Format. The source. Colonel Derek Hayes, second in command of Earth's defense network. Ryan couldn't believe it. "He fought with me in 2 wars. Mira looked him dead in the eyes. And now he's fighting for your enemy." Confrontation. Hayes was captured quietly, no alarms, no press. Just cold metal walls and silent guards. When Ryan entered the room, Hayes simply smiled. "You think this world can win?" Hayes asked. "Look around you, we don't deserve to. The aliens will bring order. We've had our time." Ryan's voice was steady. "You sold out your own species. I gave Earth a future," Hayes replied. "Your way leads to ashes. Mine leads to survival." Ryan leaned closer. "Your future ends here." The real threat. Just before the traitor was taken away, he dropped one more line. "You think the king is your enemy. But he's not the only one watching." "What does that mean?" Ryan asked. Hayes smirked. "You'll see, soon." The baby speaks back in the safe zone. The hybrid child, only weeks old, suddenly spoke for the first time, not in English. Not in Xerexian, but in something older, a forgotten language. Machines lit up around him. A glowing ancient symbol appeared in the air. Mira gasped. "That's not Xerexian." Alira stared at the symbol. "No," she whispered. "It's pre-Xerexian, from before the Empire." Adam looked confused. There was something before. "The king?" Alira turned slowly. "Yes, and my father fears it." Asterisk. They wanted to kill the child. But they forgot one thing. You can't stop what was foretold. Ancient symbols in a modern war. The glowing symbol that the hybrid child had drawn into the air, with no tools, no sound, floated above the control room, pulsing slowly like a heartbeat. Alira stared at it. Adam looked confused. "What is that?" Alira stepped forward. "It's not from the Xerexian Empire. It's older, ancient. This is a sign from the time before kings, before war, before even language." Mira Voss searched old alien records. Nothing matched. Then the baby spoke again, not words, but sound. A deep tone that vibrated through the walls and across the stars. Someone heard it. The signal reaches Zoronex in the far ruins of a forgotten Xerexian moon. A rebel exile named Zoronex sat meditating in silence. He was once a high general, now considered a traitor by the king. Suddenly, his eyes shot open. The sound had reached him. He stood and whispered, "The prophecy is real. The hybrid child is alive. He turned to his crew, a group of exiled aliens who hated the Empire's cruelty. Prepare the fleet. We go to Earth, not to destroy it, but to save it. Power awakens back on Earth. The child was changing. He didn't cry anymore. He didn't sleep like a normal baby. He was becoming something else. When soldiers approached him with fear, he calmed them, not with words, but with emotion. People felt safe around him. Their fear melted, but when machines failed, he touched them, and they worked. He's a living signal, said Dr. Mia. He can speak to both humans and tech. Without saying anything, Commander Ryan watched from afar. He's not just a child, he's a bridge. A new plan. Strike the heart with Earth's new alliance and rebel help coming. Ryan made a bold move. We won't wait for the King's attack. We go first. Adam looked up. Into space? Yes, straight to the outer ring. We find the King's command ship. And we send him a message. Humanity doesn't bow. Humanity rises. Alira nodded. I'm going too. If he sees me, alive, strong, unafraid, it will shake his rule. The King's doubt on the Xerexian throne ship. King Varkan stood alone. He had seen the new signal. He knew the ancient symbol. He remembered the old stories. A child born of two bloods. One foot in war, one hand in peace. A voice that awakens the silent. He had laughed at the myth once. Now, he wasn't laughing. He clenched his fist. If the prophecy is true, he whispered, then this war is already lost. The hybrid chooses as the Earth fleet prepared to launch. The child suddenly floated, just a few inches off the ground. No wires. No machines. Just will. He reached out, and from the air, drew two glowing paths, one red, one blue. He touched the blue, and then looked directly at his mother. No more death, he said. No more fire. The room went silent. Everyone froze. Adam whispered, he's choosing peace? Alira smiled, a tear falling. No, he's choosing the right fight. Arrival of the rebels. Just before launch, dozens of unknown ships arrived near Earth. Panic rose. Then, a message came through, Zoranex's voice. Earth, we are not your enemy. We are the King's shame, the ones who left his empire to find truth. The child has called, and we have come. Commander Ryan looked at the sky, then back at the glowing child. He's building an army, not with fear, but with hope. The war started with fear. It ends with a choice. The sky is no longer empty across Earth's horizon. Lights filled the night sky. Some were human ships. Others were Xerexian rebel crafts, flown by outcasts and old warriors who had once served. The King. And above them all hovered a massive shadow. The Xerexian throne ship, the size of a small moon, the symbol of power, of control, of fear. Commander Ryan stood on Earth's lead carrier, watching. Today, we don't just fight for Earth, he said. We fight for freedom across galaxies. The child, silent, glowing, floated beside him. He was no longer just a child. He was a signal of change. Inside the throne ship, King Varkan watched the growing fleet on his holographic map. All of them. United, he muttered. Because of a baby. General Zarn stepped forward. Shall we fire the planet killer? The king turned, slowly. No, bring me the child, alive. But, alive. The final infiltration. Earth's fleet launched toward the throne ship under cover from rebel forces. Alira, Adam, Ryan, and the child were on Strike Team Echo, a small group with one mission: get inside. Face the king. End it. Through a hidden entrance only Alira knew, they boarded the throne ship. It was dark. Quiet. Too quiet. Adam whispered, it's a trap. And it was. The king's offering the throne room. The doors opened on their own. King Varkan stood at the top of silver stairs. Alone, he looked tired. I knew you'd come, he said to Alira. And you brought him. The child stepped forward. His eyes were glowing white again. Varkan looked at him, not with hate, but with fear. Do you know what you are? The king asked softly. The boy nodded. I'm the one who ends it. The king smiled sadly. Then do it. Kill me. Take my throne. Everyone froze, but the child only said one word. No. The real choice. The throne room suddenly changed. A hidden energy field lit up, built to trap the boy. A final weapon. Soldiers rushed in. Blasters raised, but the boy lifted one hand and everything stopped. Blasters froze. Soldiers dropped their weapons. Even gravity bent. The boy turned to the king. You ruled with fear, he said in a calm, echoing voice. But I was born of love. The room pulsed with light. The king's armor shattered. His crown melted. And in that moment, he saw it. Not a weapon, not a threat, but the future. He fell to his knees. I have lost, he whispered. Not in war, but in purpose. The empire falls across the galaxy. The Xerexian fleet stopped receiving orders. The king had fallen, and in his place stood a child who offered something new. Choice. Some ships left, some surrendered, and others, the rebels, began to build something better. 1 week later, Earth had survived, not untouched, but alive. Rebuilding had begun. The skies were calm again. Alira stood in a field of wild grass, holding her son. Adam walked beside her. Do you think he'll always be this powerful? Adam asked. She smiled. No, he'll be stronger. But not in power, in wisdom. Ryan joined them, nodding to the boy. He saved us. The child looked up at the stars. No, he said softly. You saved yourselves. I just reminded you what you are. Epilogue. A new signal in the darkness of space, far beyond Earth. A small satellite activated. It blinked once, then sent a message into the unknown. We are here. We are human. We are not afraid. Come in peace. Or be ready, this time. We're watching too.